Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Weevonne. I'm super excited to show you guys this week's episode. It's everything we've got up to this week on the Calamityville Alliance vanilla server. It's going to be super fun to show you guys what we got up to. We built my first base house, we had some adventures, some hiccups along the way, but I think all in all, pretty good week and it's been really fun. So buckle in, grab a tea, coffee, whatever you want to drink, get cozy and let's get into the video. So I had spent the week kind of gathering materials and that for my build. At this stage, the only things we had left were the resin and some deep slate coal ore, I believe. Thankfully Zero helped me with this bit because I was terrified of going in here on my own. So you can see him there, he's smacking the, what do you call them, the creakings, and getting the resin to spawn on this tree here. So he's going to harvest that. While he's doing that, you'll see me sitting here. I'm quaking with my little boots. I have to stand and stare at these things so they don't attack him. This was terrifying. I honestly was really scared, but we did it in the end and we got all of the resin that we needed and everything went to plan, thankfully. We actually ended up getting a couple of creaking hearts while we were here too, which was pretty epic. I'm very excited to add that into the build at some point as well. So at this stage, it was back to the caves. We still had the deep slate coal ore to get from these caves and we were struggling a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. We had found about 10 of them at this point. I had them in my inventory. I was pretty confident that we were going to do it. You know, it was only a couple more we had to get, like 5 or something to finish this up. You'll notice though that I'm using past tense to say that we had these things. You're going to find out why in just a moment. I'll just let it play out for you, but you can see me looking over the edge. I'm terrified of the height here. I'm really scared of heights in real life, so this was freaking me out a little bit, but I was confident with Zero's help we could do this. And this is the moment she knew she effed up. A lot of things were going through my head in this moment and they were not good things. It was pretty rough. You can see that I lost all of the coal ore here. It was devastating, but yeah, Zero thankfully went and got that back for us. So at this point we finally had everything we needed. I was feeling great. This is so exciting for me actually to get to show you the time lapse of us building this Baba Yaga hut of mine. It's one of my favourite designs I've ever made and I'm super proud of it. So I'll let you sit back and relax and enjoy the time lapse. I'm going to head out here for a little second and let you watch this and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we're coming up to the final part of the build. You can see us finishing up the roof here, and I just have to put my wee chimney on the side. It's going really well. I was really pleased with how long this took. It didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. Although trying to get these trapdoors on next, a big struggle. I needed Zero to help me with this. I don't know why I struggled so hard with that. But after this, it's just some final details, and this is the final reveal. I'm super proud of this build. I can't believe I built something like this. Honestly, it still baffles me. I love it every time I see it. It just makes me so happy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Next was our little dance party with the parrots. I had no idea they did this and it's so flippin' cute! Our little dance party carried on into the night and we got to enjoy the aurora at Zero's new build as well. Look at that in the background. Isn't that insane? I know it's hard to take your eyes off Zero's dancing here, but it looks pretty epic. And then, well, frankly, I don't know who I think I am, but I decided to go on an adventure on my own. From this clip, I think you can see how that's going. I just came out of a little hole there. I'm covered in arrows. These skeletons had other ideas for me. They were not for letting me explore this cave, but look at the cave in the background. Doesn't that look so epic? There's no way I was walking away from this. I had to try and figure out a way to make this work, I guess. But look, I'm a strong, independent woman. I figured it out. I ended up slaying those skellies, and just a few arrows in the head later and a few pork chops, I was ready to go again. I was fine. It's okay. Now this is the money shot. Look at this cave. It is huge. Like all the lush cave exposed like that. Absolutely stunning. I couldn't believe it. And every time I got a little bit further, it just got more and more epic looking. Also a lot more dangerous. You can see there's like mobs everywhere. Like in a couple seconds you're going to see it turns into like The Walking Dead. Like I don't know where the heck these all came from, but it gets pretty intense. I don't know how I survived this. Genuinely, I was absolutely terrified going through this cave. Even though I was super scared though, like, it's so hard to— I need to stop saying like, I've said that like a million times. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Anyway, it's hard to ignore how beautiful this cave is. I think it's stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I really want to build a base down here, but I mean, look at all these zombies. Like, what am I meant to do? I don't know. It seems like a lost cause to me. I mean, I pan around here and you can see, like, look at all them zombies. How many times have I said like in this video? Do you know what? This is a drinking game now. Every time I say like, take a shot. No, don't. You'll end up in hospital. But yeah, it was intense. So at this stage, like, it was getting pretty hectic out there. I was trying to find a safe spot, somewhere that was a bit more lit up. I saw this little corner over here and figured, yeah, that looks safe to me. Again, skeletons had another idea. They were there as well. Where the frick are all these skeletons coming from? How do they have so many arrows? I just don't know. I swear they have the aimbot on or something. I'm littered with arrows at this point. But I just did what any good Minecrafter does. I dug a hole, I hid in that hole, and I ate my pork chops. It wasn't all the end of the world. Look, I did get out of that hole eventually. We went around the corner and there was this lovely little spot with 2 waterfalls. It was stunning. So I decided to make a small base there. Don't mind that bat, by the way, that's flying upside down. I don't really know how that's doing that, but yeah, look, it's time for the nether. We're going to go into the nether. It's fine. We're going to get home. This is it. The end of the story. I mean, I say that. As soon as I walked in, look at this hellscape. How the hell am I going to get home from here is all I was thinking. Like, you can see me analysing everything and kind of figuring out, right, what direction do I need to go in, but at this stage I wasn't really too sure, so I just had to take my best bet and sort of go with that. So it was a lot of pillars, a lot of bridges like this one, just trying to find my way back home. Find my way back home. That's not the song. Anyway, ignore that. But yeah, so I was working my way back, you know, trying to get through this. Honestly, the nether is one of those places where I never usually go alone. But at this stage I wanted to kind of get back to that cave somehow, so having the portal there felt like a good idea and trying to find my way back home from there. So I just kept digging, you know. At this stage I can kind of see a bit of progress. You can see actually my portal in the background there, that's where I came from. So I have got pretty far, and honestly I was proud of my progress. I came across this bastion though at this point. Oh my goodness. I just thought, no, not today, not today. But look, we can come back to this at a later stage. I think if we come back here for another episode, it could actually be really fun to explore it. This is where I finally know I'm making progress. You can see on the top right there, that's our bridge, like over to the portal. So this is a home stretch. I'm just building a little bridge across. I've nearly made it. I've got all my loot with me. Super happy. But the villain of this story has now revealed himself. You can see this moment. That pig is the devil, okay? Look, we're in the hell and that pig is the devil. Now, I started panicking here. I started placing blocks everywhere. I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know which way was up or down. The pig came to see that he'd finished the job. I blocked myself in. And I know what you're thinking at this stage. You're probably thinking, wow, that's, you know, that's how she died. But, you know, I'm here to tell you that no, I didn't die, actually. Zero came to my rescue. All was well. Look, it was pretty scary, but I logged out straight away and Zero came in and did like a little sandpit around me. We thought we recorded it, but we didn't, so you're just gonna take my word for that. But all was well and we made it back safe, and that's the end of the episode. So thank you for joining me this week. I hope you'll join us next week again for another update on what's going on in the server.